Today I am going to be discuss about Hess law of constant heat summation and its application. Hess law: heat changes in chemical reactions are equal to the difference in internal energy delta E or heat content delta H of the products and reactants. Thus, it depends only on the initial state and final state of the system and not the manner of the steps in which the change take place. This generalization is known as Hess law, and it may be stated as: if a chemical change can be made to take place in two or more different ways, whether in one step or two or more steps, the amount of total heat change is same no matter by which the method change is brought about. So in Hess law, let us suppose that a substance A can be changed to Z directly. So here A, this is our process, okay, from A to Z. Okay. This is a single process in which the Q1 heat is generated or Q1 heat required during the process. So here you can say A is equal to Z plus Q1 and delta H1 is equal to minus Q1, where Q1 is the heat evolved in the direct change from A to Z. When the same change is brought about different steps, like first our process is A to B, then B to C, then C to Z. Okay. So to achieve the Z, here our path is changed in three different steps. So A to B, and here the Q1 is the heat. So delta H2 for that process is minus Q1. From process B to C, the heat is Q2. So delta H2 is equal to minus Q2. And from C to Z, heat Q is Q3 and delta H2 is equal to minus Q3. So the total evolution of heat is equal to the summation of Q1, Q2 and Q3. So is equal to Q2. So according to Hess law, Q1 must be Q2. So Q1 is equal to Q2. If it be not so, so let us assume that Q2 is greater than Q1. Then by transforming A to Z through stages and retransforming directly back to A, there would be gain of heat energy is equal to Q2 minus Q1. By repeating the process again and again, an unlimited heat energy will be developed in an isolated system. This goes against the first law of thermodynamics, hence Q1 must be equal to Q2. Illustration of Hess law. Burning of carbon to CO2. Carbon can be burned to carbon dioxide directly, or it may first be changed to carbon monoxide, which may then be oxidized to carbon dioxide. So here we illustrate the Hess law by taking one example of carbon dioxide. So our first process is carbon solid plus oxygen gas, and we convert into carbon dioxide. So the enthalpy or heat, the heat delta H is minus 94.05 kilocalorie. So this is a direct process from carbon and oxygen to carbon dioxide. But Second way, first we convert carbon into carbon monoxide, and then carbon monoxide will be converted into carbon dioxide. So first carbon plus half O2, carbon monoxide, in which the delta H is equal to minus 26.42 kilocalorie. And from carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide, delta H is equal to minus 67.71 kilocalorie. So the summation of these two processes, okay, is also delta H minus 94.13 kilocalorie. So it is proved that Hess law works. So it is evidence from above that the total heat energy evolved is the same in the two cases. Application of Hess law. So there are three applications mainly. First application is like this: determination of heat of formation of substances which otherwise cannot be measured experimentally. The substances like methane, carbon monoxide, benzene, etc. cannot be prepared by uniting their elements. Therefore, it is not possible to measure the heats of formation of such compounds directly. This can be determined indirectly by using Hess law. For example, determine delta H of the reaction. So carbon plus 2H2, that is methane CH4 gas. So for this example, okay, there are three data 1, 2 and 3. So here carbon plus 1 O2, that is CO2, and delta H is minus 393.7 kilojoule. Second equation, in which the hydrogen plus half oxygen, that is converted into H2O liquid, okay, and delta H minus 285.7 kilojoule. And third one, methane CH4 gas plus 2O2 gas and convert into CO2 gas plus 2H2 liquid. Here delta H is equal to minus 890.3 kilojoule. Now solution here, multiplying equation 2. This equation 2 is multiplied by 2 and adding to equation 1. Okay. By multiplying 2 to this equation and you add in equation 1, you will get carbon solid plus oxygen gas plus 2H2 gas plus O2 gas and CO2 gas plus 2H2 liquid is our output. So delta H is equal to 2 into minus 285.7 plus, here for this heat is minus 393.7. So it is minus 965.1 kilojoule. On subtracting equation 3 from equation 4, okay, we get carbon solid plus 2H2 gas is equal to methane CH4. So delta H minus 965.1 minus in bracket minus 890.3. So ultimately delta H equal to minus 74.8 kilojoule. Thus the heat of formation of methane is 74.8 kilojoule. So using Hess law we can determine the delta H value of the reaction. Second application of Hess law is determination of heat of transition. The heat of transition of one allotropic form to another can also be calculated with the help of Hess law. For example, the enthalpy of transition from monoclinic sulfur to rhombic sulfur can be calculated from their heats of combustion, which are first S rhombic plus oxygen O2 gas, it becomes sulfur oxide SO2 gas, and delta H required is minus 291.4 kilojoule. And for S, monoclinic plus O2 gas convert sulfur oxide, in which delta is equal to minus 295.4 kilojoule. Subtracting equation 2 from 1, we will get S rhombic minus N monoclinic plus O2 minus O2 gas process SO2 gas minus SO2 gas. So here delta H is equal to minus 291.4 minus in bracket minus 295.4. So you can say S rhombic is equal to S monoclinic. So delta H is equal to 4.0 kilojoule. The heat is transition of rhombic sulfur to monoclinic sulfur is 4 kilojoule. And third and last application, determination of heats of various reactions. So by using Hess law, we can calculate the heats or enthalpies of many reactions which otherwise cannot be measured directly. For example, from the following equation, the enthalpy of dimerization of NO2, nitrogen oxide, can be calculated. So nitrogen gas plus 2 oxygen processed and result will be 2 NO2 gas, delta H 67.9 kilojoule, and nitrogen gas plus 2 oxygen converts N2O4 gas and delta H 9.3 kilojoule. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, we have 2 NO2 gas and N2O4 gas. So delta H 9.3 minus 67.9 kilojoule, so minus 58.6 kilojoule. Thus the heat of dimerization of nitrogen oxide is minus 58.6 kilojoule. Thank you very much for watching this video.